is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to a very special Saturday show of the Rachel and Rodney live stream. Now, we're still waiting on Rachel. I think she's running a little behind, but we have a lot to talk about today in the crypto space. And we'll try to get to everything, but it seems to me, and I got an eerie feeling, that we're starting to trend towards like Terra Luna FTX vibes with Donald Trump's projects. Now, I don't know, right? I don't know. But what I do know is that this guy has gone back on literally every promise, he made, and I can't imagine that would be excluded from the crypto space because we have some funny things going on with World Liberty Finance. And of course, Trump and Melania, we kind of wrote off, right? They're meme coins, whatever you could say. But the World Liberty Finance one, it seems pretty bad. But what's up, Selmo Fudd? How we doing? What's up? He will be late because of DoorDash. No, not today. Give me 1 second. Let me see if Rachel's going to pop in. She's running a little behind. But I do want to say that we have a giveaway. So if you guys are over on X, make sure to check out that giveaway. I'll go ahead and put it in the description down below. Give me 1 second. And if you're watching, of course, over on X, it's the first pinned post on my page. It's really easy to find. But it's good to see you guys. What's up, Jayhawk? How you doing, baby? Good to see you. Hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend. And I just wonder, man, I just hope that the reason why this market, if there's a reason why the market takes its shit, it's not because of World Liberty Finance. It would be so absolutely horrible, right, for the crypto space. But it's something that unfortunately, we wouldn't be, we know this kind of thing. What's up, Rachel? How we doing?
And hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What's going on? Sorry, guys, had to procure some matcha for the stream, but we are ready to go. How's it going today, Rodney? What are we drinking?
Got a Diet Mountain Dew Dirty.
Wow.
A little bit of caffeine.
Go. Cheers, man. We're kicking off our streams today, you guys. Super excited. We're going to be covering all things crypto news, current events, memes, and we're going to be doing giveaways, you guys. So get used to it. We're going to be doing giveaways every single week. So super excited to kick this off. I feel like
this lady just signed me up to give away money every single week, but I'm here for it, Rachel.
Hold on 1 second. I'm having a hard time hearing you, man. I'm gonna mess with my settings a little here. 1 sec.
I said, Rachel just volunteered me to give money away every single week.
Wait, I heard that.
Yeah, but this is the giveaway, guys. It's over on X. It's my first pinned comment, post. All you have to do is follow myself, Rachel, repost this post. I didn't put tag 2 friends. Fuck. But join. You have to be live during the live.
Bonus points if you tag 2 friends.
Yes, bonus points if you tag 2 friends.
I can hear you now, by the way.
Yeah.
Fudney.
They call it, yeah. So back in the day, I used to FUD a lot of projects like FUD, So they call me Fudney. Why the fuck does this always change? I never want that bubble. The way you see how that speech bubble popped up like this?
Yeah. There we go. That's clean. Clean.
If you're over on YouTube, you can see the comments. I don't know if you ever want to pull that up. Can you see the comments on your end?
I'm gonna pull up YouTube. I mainly watch on X, but yeah, let me check this out.
Maybe on StreamYard you can see. I don't know. Maybe you have to switch over tabs.
Let's see.
Not sure.
Oh snap! Okay, I see them. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So, do you want to give a shout out to? I always greet everybody who comes in the chat. Your fan. Well, he says my head is big. What's up, Crypto King?
Wow.
Hi, Rachel.
The Crypto King. Hi, Jay. Hi, everybody. What are we drinking today? We got our coffee. We got our Mountain Dew. I got my matcha over here. And I know Rodney loves matcha, you guys.
Literally, just go outside, cut some grass, put some hot water in a cup, and then you got some matcha.
One day I'll put you on. I got some matcha from Kyoto. I feel like one day we'll have some good matcha. But
absolutely. Okay, so Rachel, I don't know if you were here. I do want to start off with the whole World Liberty Financial. Are you familiar?
Yeah. There's a lot happening. I was just chatting with my AI for a little bit, just like, okay, geopolitical, current events, what's happening, and how does it relate to the crypto market? And there's a lot to unpack today. So
yeah, so the obviously, crypto is a risky asset. And when the markets don't look good, people are less risky.
Yeah.
Most people don't even invest anyways. So crypto tends to take a shit, which is fine. We expect bear markets. But what I will say is obviously, we don't like, the economy doesn't like uncertainties, and
yeah,
we don't know what's going on with the whole geopolitical situation with the United States and other countries, and we don't know how that landscape is going to change especially what's going on in the Middle East. Like we may not have a presence there, and
yeah.
So that's a big deal, right? Because right now, a lot of energy comes out, not just oil, but obviously.
Yeah, oil, energy. I mean, Token Dubai, too. I feel like there was a lot of people, for our industry specifically, that had plans to go out there. And I just feel like that has, like, radiated out into, like, creating this weird sentiment and climate right now. Like, there's some big events coming up, Consensus, Bitcoin Vegas. But the more and more people I talk to, like, yeah, I don't know if I want to go to events. I'm not sure. So I feel like it's kind of, like, made this, like, interesting climate for us, to say the least. But yeah, talk to me, Rodney. World Liberty. I see. Maybe I can pull up my screen here.
No, I got it right here.
Okay,
I got it right
here.
here.
Awesome.
Yeah, so what I will say though is that when the crypto market starts taking a shit, all the people that hate crypto will come out and dunk on them. You know what I mean? They'll take this opportunity to say, "I told you so," and all the bullish sentiment goes away, and you can see it on your timeline. So that is a thing that I don't know if you've been around for the last bear market, right? With FTX, Terra Luna, and stuff like that. Okay.
Yes.
So here's what's going on with this. And I asked AI to kind of break it down for some people, but I can explain it in another way. So I asked them, what were the similarities between FTT token and World Liberty Financial? Because the issue with Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX was the fact that he was kind of like, investors didn't know that they were kind of he was kind of like, using funds from Alameda, kind of like just commingling funds from his two companies together. And what happens is you can do those sorts of things when the market's okay or when nobody knows about it, but when people start panicking and selling, you can't service debt. Even though there is some argument that they could have, whatever. Anyway, so I asked them what the takeaway was, right? What the differences? What are the similarities? And I thought this was pretty interesting, so I'll pull this up right here. And it said, analysts and market observers have noticed strong similarities between World Liberty Financial, current collateral strategy, and the practices that led to the collapse of FTX. Both involve using a native illiquid token as a primary collateral to borrow real value, creating a circular risk loop. So this is kind of like the parallel, right? Borrowing against self-issued tokens. So that's what Sam Bankman-Fried did, and that's what it seems that these guys are doing.
The sitting U.S. president has these parallels to Sam Bankman-Fried.
Well, the crazy thing is after Trump and a Melania token, like the Trump token, I was like, all right, you got into the crypto space, whatever. But then Melania, like an hour later, was crazy.
Yeah, and I pulled up, I have another link here on Trump-backed World Liberty Financial tokens hit all-time low on reports of insider loans. So it's it's not looking good here. So this is pretty much what's going on. So FTX borrowed billions of stablecoin against its native FTT token. World Liberty Finance is using its own governance token as collateral to borrow stablecoins like USD1 and USDC. And of course, their stablecoin is USD1. So it's a liquidity trap. So FTT was highly illiquid. When its price dropped, FTX couldn't sell enough FTT to cover its debt. So that's the issue. When there's a run on the bank, people start selling like crazy. All the people that are involved with the protocol or exchange, they want to all pull out at once, and you can't. It's just not there. But the same thing kind of applies to actual banks. But your money's insured from the government. Like everybody wanted to pull their money out of banks all at once. You just couldn't do it. Or your local bank or whatever. But your money is insured by the federal government, right? So that's the difference. FDIC, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll just go to impact on depositors. At FTX, the bad debt resulted in a total loss for customers. At World Liberty Finance, the massive treasury loan has already reached 100% pool utilization, preventing retail depositors from withdrawing their funds until the product repays the loan. So if you were to go to their protocol and try to withdraw, all of your, whatever you have in their protocol, you're not going to get all of it at once. I mean, that's a thing we have in crypto anyways, but like a good sign of a good project is a project being liquid. Like you can pull out massive amounts of your, you've seen it in meme coins, you try to pull out.
And it's not going to be detrimental to the chart. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's pretty much, what's up? We got on-chain media co in the chat. So that's pretty much what's been going on. But there are some key differences, right? So CeFi, DeFi versus CeFi. So obviously a decentralized exchange was more secretive. A centralized exchange is more secretive because you can't really tell what's going on the blockchain. Really, it's all centralized, right? So it was a little different. So they had secret backdoors, all these different coding things. And then stablecoin backing. World Liberty Financial's stablecoin USD1 is reportedly backed by US treasuries and cash equivalents, whereas FTX liabilities were often backed by nothing other than volatile tokens. And pretty much here's the warning. Analysts from the Defiant and elsewhere describe the maneuver as a way for insiders to extract liquidity without directly selling tokens, essentially cashing out on paper profits while shifting the risk of bad debt onto retail depositors. So that's pretty much the kind of the issue. I just can't see them doing something like this. That's a clear, blatant fraud. Because it's only fraud, in my opinion, until it starts wrecking people, until it gets to a point where people get wrecked, and those sorts. Maybe it's not even fraud, but like I wonder if they don't even care about like their legacy or anything like that, because the shit that's going on right now is absolutely insane.
Yeah, it's like about the money, and I think the thing that makes me kind of sad about all this is like our industry was so hopeful. Like I remember the early day, I saw you all over the timeline, Jake. Like so many people were like,
Donald Trump's
"Oh my God, we're gonna like finally we have." But you know, I have to say, like, I do feel like the administration, there has been positive steps for our industry. But then again, like I was just talking to my boyfriend about this, like, you know, there's also this perception, right, with the meme coin, with Trump coin, with Melania coin, that it's almost like made a mockery of the industry a bit more, rather than helping it to be taken more seriously, right, and lead to more proper regulation. But I'm curious, like, man, I mean, all things like the Clarity Act, like all the steps we've taken forward, like, yeah, I'm just kind of wondering with this political climate, like how it's going to impact our industry in the short term and the long term.
So that was my thing, because when, you know, Trump was getting elected, I knew his views on Bitcoin in 2017 before, 2019, I think 2020, maybe right around his first presidency, 2020. When he kind of, 2017, in his first presidency, he went on Yahoo Finance and talked about how he didn't like Bitcoin, how he didn't like crypto at all. And I felt like the reason why he was going so hard on crypto was because he knew that was kind of a grievance the crypto bros had with what was going on at the time, where, you know, Democrat run, government, and, you know, Gary Gensler at the SEC were kind of just, we thought at the time, which seems kind of crazy now, that they were just kind of trying to kill the crypto space. And that may be true. They were going after, obviously, XRP, Binance, obviously with CZ and Coinbase. And so he kind of like, you know, I thought that, hey, maybe, you know, he changed his tune on crypto, but hey, if he gives us some good stuff and he does some good things for us, maybe we could take a little bit of good with the bad, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But I didn't think it'd be so blatant. You know what I mean? Like the meme coin things are what really killed me. I mean, look at the, you know, Melania chart. You know?
Yeah, I'm trying to see if we can. Oh, there we go. You got the charts.
Yeah.
Here we go.
And it was actually proven that these Trump token and Melania were launched by people that were notoriously known for launching like these rug scam celebrity tokens. So they're working with these guys who are bundling the supply. And the difference between like this and like a Pepe, for example, because a lot of people say, oh, this is what happens with meme coins. Meme coins always take a dump. But if you see any meme coin, you can think of Miggles, Pepe, you know, back in the, you know, remember
yeah, a lot of the charts are, it's not what it once was, you know.
Well, but this is how they start.
But Pepe, I mean, yeah.
This is how they start. You know, they're like nothing, then they go crazy. They don't kill you off the rip, you know.
It's a slow burn.
Yeah, and there's time to like build a community and have some fun, and it all pumps and stuff. And then we know the end result of meme coins, right? We know the end result of most cryptos. But this is like off the rip, and it's coming from the president of the United States, which I think is crazy.
Let's see. I'm seeing some comments. Pepe at least blacklisted some wallets and didn't feel like a total scam.
Exactly.
Yeah, also the Pepe community, I have to say, like, I feel like that is one of the OG communities that still shows up strong. Like,
yeah, no, absolutely.
What's up, baby?
And shout out to the guys over on X. I appreciate you guys popping in. Sometimes the X comments on StreamYard are ass, so if I don't see them, you know.
All right, well, I'm gonna get my community in here, you guys. I'm getting the on-chain media community rallying for this.
If you guys share the video, all that good stuff, repost. We do have a fat giveaway going, $100.
Yeah, $100 today, you guys.
$100 in the bear market's not bad. You know, it's something.
Not too bad.
I always love when people from like third world countries, because there's so many people in crypto from third world countries. Yeah. Like, and usually, you know, when I do giveaways, they
grind. They show up. Yeah. No, like shout out. I have to say the Nigeria community though, like there are some people who really like they show up. They work for their bags. Like. Yeah.
Let me see. XRP was blacklisted. I think what happened with XRP is that Coinbase delisted them once they got in some trouble with the SEC. Now, here's the other thing. All this insider trading shit going on that we think is going on with announcing these big announcements on whatever's going on in the Middle East and all these suspicious trades going on in Poly Market and these sorts of things. no one's Gary Gensler's gone. Like they decapitated the people that is.
Oh my God, that was such a like title. I remember that day. All the memes, just all the posts on that day. Yeah. But by the way, real quick, I'm so sorry. I want to shout out Rudy Moon in the audience. Incredible person. She joins a lot of Empress's spaces. I haven't seen her in a while, but shout out Rudy Moon. I love her energy. So she says, I believe Trump showed the crypto support he did simply to get the Web3 community to vote for him.
Yeah.
I mean, effective, I guess.
Yeah. But, you know, his sons, Eric Trump was like really knowledgeable about crypto. So I assumed that these guys weren't just in it for the money. But what I did see, which was hilarious, is that after all this backlash happened yesterday, they removed their pictures from the World Liberty Fight, because they had a bunch of pictures on the World Liberty Financial page of them. Like they had this picture up, and they removed it, but they kept the names. So they did keep the names in their golden paper. They didn't call it the white paper like projects call it. They called it the golden paper. You know. Oh
wow.
But I thought that was actually hilarious. You know.
Yeah. I don't know, Rodney. So what do you think right now? Just kind of zooming out, looking at the geopolitical conflict, energy, oil, everything in Iran. Like, what is this? What do you think this market's going to look like? And for how long do you think till things turn around? I feel like there's just so much uncertainty.
For sure. Yeah. It's very uncertain.
Like,
JD Vance is in Pakistan right now. They're kind of being the mediator between us and Iran to see if they can work out a deal. Obviously, you know, when it comes to JD Vance, everybody sees him as more level-headed, obviously super anti-war. A lot of people in this administration was, but, you know, Donald Trump's the president, so they'll do what he says. Right now, there's something called a Strait of Hormuz that's pretty much just close. And that's where a lot of, you know, shipping goes through. And it's where all the shipping goes through in the Gulf, right? And not all of it, but most of it. And I think it's responsible for 20% of the world's energy. And even though, you know, United States is super resource rich, and countries like Japan and a lot of Asian companies will be affected more, we still import a lot. We don't export that much. We still import a lot. So it is going to affect us and the world economy. So we'll have to see a year from now. But the fact is, the economy hasn't gotten better since Trump has been in office. Inflation's up, you know?
Yeah. I think back to that meme of like, you guys, there's going to be so much winning. You're going to be tired of winning.
Now he just says anything. He'll say whatever he thinks is going to get you to like pay attention to him, you know?
Yeah. I just think, as an industry, like I'm wondering what do we need to do to have resiliency, right? To like, I mean, I'm an advocate. If you guys see my sign here, one sec, Stand with Crypto. So I've been working with them, and I realized that if we don't step up and talk
about that more, talk about that a little more.
Yeah. So I've been an ambassador. I've been working with Stand with Crypto, gosh, since like 2024 now. I have done some work with them to host events. I've helped on the policy side a little bit as well, helping for more municipal adoption for blockchain. Yeah, you guys, this is like such a powerful tool, especially if we're in the United States. Gotta shout out my Stand with Crypto fam, because they work every single day tirelessly. A big supporter of this. I mean, Brian Armstrong, you know, has been a massive donor, supporter of Stand with Crypto. Got to shout out Mason, Miss Nifty, some of the OG representatives. And what they do is they go to DC, they talk to policymakers, they talk to people in office. And those of us that work, I'm part of the US team as an ambassador. I go and host events in my local community. I talk about the current landscape in crypto. And, you know, we've gone and done roundtables with council members, politicians. Like, we're just constantly like doing our best to educate and also make it very easy and templatized for people to become crypto advocates. Like, basically, it's ridiculously easy. You can even look in, Rodney, if you go to political or politician scores, you can go through and see your local politician, put in your zip code or your address. It'll tell you who nearby you is in office and their stance on crypto. And believe it or not, you guys,
excuse me?
You have no results. No one's
Rodney's
running the town. So yeah, years ago, something I noticed is that this was bloody, strongly against. There are so many strongly against. Something I will say that has been like a huge accomplishment for Stand with Crypto is a lot of these people have now become more strongly supportive of crypto. So anyway, we've seen a lot of flipping and people going more in support of crypto. And one thing that you guys can do, if you guys join Stand with Crypto, you can get these templates for emails and texts generated. So it's super simple. It'll show you who's local to you, what politicians are kind of like running things in your area, and then you'll have templatized texts and emails that you can send them. And, you know, if you are signed up for this, you'll get updates when there's like a new bill being passed or something that we need like help to advocate for. I hope that makes sense. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to hit me up. And Stand With Crypto, they're just amazing. They've also started doing advocacy work in the UK and Australia. I believe they're looking at Canada now as well. So it's a very strong base in the US, but it is something they're expanding globally.
Yeah, you know, I think when it comes to, you know, crypto, I think that you have to understand that, you know, so many people have come and gone from this space. And I think that, especially with celebrities, maybe they're here just for a good time and not a long time. I think the end result was bad, especially with the whole celebrity token meta. And we can just think
it just got so soured. And it was always like the same thing. Like, man, we had a bad developer, bad dev.
Well, I think some of that's true because the Hawk.
I think some of them didn't really know like what they were getting themselves into and didn't understand the gravity of it.
The Hawk Tua situation, you know, a lot of people shit on her, and maybe she should have did more research. But keep in mind who she is. Like, you think she knows the technical? She doesn't know crypto. She only got into crypto because she thought everybody else was making a token. And those guys fucked her. Like, they made so much money. And
it's really, her reputation got cooked. Man, I made a video about this a while ago. I'm gonna try to find it real quick. Because it blew my mind. It was the same day that Bitcoin surpassed $100,000 that this happened. So I made this video. I was like, I can't fucking believe this. It's like we're having like this massive milestone in our industry, and then there's this debauchery happening on the celebrity meme coin side.
Well, that was what you kind of expected from you know, them kind of loosening regulations on crypto. Like, we knew that we're going to get a lot of bad with the good. You know, that's
here we go. I actually found the video. Let me show you guys really quick. This is some vintage content too. I think what was this 2024? Can you believe? I think that's 2024 now.
That was 2 years ago.
Oh,
it is vintage in the crypto space. Huh?
All right, here we go. So yeah, this was the day this happened. I was there on the space, by the way. CoffeeZilla came up. I was just mind blown. It just seemed like fiction. But yeah, anyway, I'll play this. So you're all familiar with the Hawk Tua meme, right? You gotta give him that Hawk Tua and spit on that thing.
Famous for talking about how to suck some dick, huh? Crazy.
Right. In more than one way. We had Bitcoin surpass $100,000. We had Haley Wells launch Hawk Tua today. What's up, everybody in the comments? Here. So, token was launched, went up, climbed all the way to $500 That's how the Tau chart's looking now. 500 and then plummeted all the way down to under $60 million. This was absolutely insane to watch today. While we are celebrating one of the biggest milestones in crypto history, this debauchery is happening. Blockchain analytics revealed that at launch, over 97% of so I think like that kind of led to just like celebrity meme coins like having a really soured reputation in our industry.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was happening before. I mean, Soulja Boy. Look at Anyway.
Oh, that motherfucker was straight. Come on, look at Soulja Boy. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he's scamming.
Only did this 42 times. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, he actual scammer. I think he was selling like fake PlayStations or some shit. You know.
Shout out to everybody reposting in the comments. Let's go.
Yeah, and make sure to give Rachel a follow over on. I've posted over on YouTube, over on X. X is actually going through a huge bot purge, which if you're in the crypto space, there's a lot of accounts that follow you. It's not everybody bots. Some people obviously do, but a lot of bots follow you in the crypto space because people create them for projects and stuff like that, for giveaways. Like, people will create bot accounts just for giveaways, which is crazy because they have more entries. Guys, we are doing a big giveaway here, probably about 10 minutes to the hour, so about 25 minutes. But the whole Tau situation, I think, is interesting. Do you know?
Yeah, let's talk about it. I've just seen I want to say like 2 weeks ago, I just started seeing a lot of people I follow start talking about it.
Yeah,
and recently, I've been seeing screenshots of the chart on the timeline. It is looking bloody. It's not looking good. But yeah, Rodney, can you kind of dive into some of the nuances? I feel like you've been really following this.
No, not really. So
okay.
I'm not a big Tau person. When it started to rug, I was like, is this your king? Because it reminds me of the whole Zcash situation. Like, you have to understand in the crypto space, like, people will talk about things because they're popular and not necessarily because they really care about it. Because in crypto, like, we get so fixated on certain things. Like, it was Zcash. Terra Luna. It doesn't matter what it is. Saitama, like whatever the flavor of the week is in different communities, people get kind of fixated on it. And when it comes to like a big project like Bitensor or any like big project that's like not a meme coin, they kind of have this air of holier than thou, like XRP content creators, Cardano content creators.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but if you see like the chart, we're kind of all in the same boat kind of deal. So apparently, I don't know, someone from the team pulled out a large amount of money, which reminds me of that happened with Pepe early in its life. One of the developers just it pulled out like I think it was like $13 million, and it like dumped the chart. It ended up the chart ended up pumping like crazy. It went from like 300 million to 11 billion, which is crazy. But shit happens like this. Like it's not just meme coins, even like your Bitensor or whatever. Like Zcash is the one that boggles me because, like this literally, if you go to the all-time chart, I mean, it looks absolutely terrible. Like this is a Zcash chart. You know what I mean?
Wow.
It's popular.
Like barely a pulse. There's barely a pulse there.
Yeah, but if you look at the last year, this is the last year. It's up 1,000% on the year. So this shit happens in the crypto space. Like old shit just becomes trendy for some reason.
Yeah, I didn't really understand like when the towel thing, like it seemed like very suddenly overnight, just like highly talked about. And I didn't really it was hard to pick up on the sentiment. I don't know. Nothing really like personally grabbed me towards it or like pulled me towards it. So
yeah, I mean, Zcash is for privacy. The Tau thing, I mean, obviously as a content creator, you want to follow who people are talking about. People do that all the time. It's like, you got to get engagement, right?
By the way, I'm sorry, Jay. No, my DMs aren't open. I'm sorry, Jay.
Yeah, just stripping. Yeah, just ignore him. Just ignore Jayhawk. He's here. Jayhawk's my boy. Like I text him personally. He's my boy. But he always talks shit. He's like my little brother, like skinny screen beam. He's like a really like malnutritioned Waka Flocka. And his knuckles are so ashy.
Wait, okay. So like, is he out and about? He goes to events and stuff. He's out there.
No. He subscribed to me like when I first started, and we just been like buddy. Good dude.
Awesome.
Good
well,
dude.
thank you for showing up, Jay. And also, I want to shout out the on-chain media community. I see Diamond out there. Wasn't the dev teams?
Who was it, Velez? Who was it? Like, who was involved with was it somebody in the project? It's people. What do you think about people shaming people for selling? I hate that in community.
Yeah.
When people, it's like, dude,
it's like we're all here to earn, right? To make a living. I mean, if you're in crypto, if you're trading, you're here to earn, right? And I think there's a way to do it. I feel like, right? In a more ethical way where you're not like dumping on the community, but.
Yeah. Oh, here we have some breaking news. Military expert to AI.
I saw that.
Al Jazeera, I think, they are kind of like bought and paid for, in my opinion. But I hear the talks are kind of like at a stalemate. Yeah. So hopefully we all get blown up in the nuclear holocaust. That'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah, hopefully not. I mean, yeah. So thank you guys for dropping what's happening out there.
So I do want to say though, this is kind of like what happened with Terra Luna when it did collapse. Back to the World Liberty Financial situation. This is kind of like the precursor to like a collapse because everybody starts doubting it. The people that have their money try to withdraw. Like negative publicity is what really put the final nail in the coffin for FTX. Like FTX would have been fine if I forgot which crypto media company covered it, but they covered broke some news that they were kind of commingling funds between two companies, and that's the thing that started the bank run. So negative publicity is bad. So I hope this isn't the black swan event that sends us into a shithole.
Oh my God. I mean, we're not already in the shithole. Like how, damn, it was a subnet dev that built on the Tau chain. Oh, okay.
Okay. Thank you, Velez. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
So a subnet dev that built on the Tau chain, he rugged his Tau and kept his chain afloat. Well, I mean, is that his prerogative? Can he do that? How much? I heard he made like $10 million or something like that.
Jeez.
That's crazy.
Wow. It's crazy out here, you guys. So I'm curious, Rodney, what your thoughts are around like what is next for us in the crypto space? Like how are you navigating all of this? Personally, I'm curious.
I think during these times, it's important to just hunker down and bet on what's good. Like the truth is most people don't have a fat amount of money to ape into, any asset at once. So I always say right now, it's good to dollar cost average whenever you get your 2-week paycheck, whatever you get, buy whatever. It's not financial advice, obviously. I'm just a guy on the internet. But, bet on what's tried and true. And what we know.
Bitcoin, baby.
80-90% of the Bitcoin. And if you want to gamble with the other 10 to 20%, you can do that. I mean, there's some other bangers here, but I will, tell you guys that just because something's a top 10 crypto now doesn't mean it'll be a top 10 in the future.
Yeah.
But everything lives and dies on Bitcoin, so I would say
King.
that. What do you think?
I think Bitcoin's king. I don't think it's going anywhere. It's tried and true. It's one of the reasons I'm actually looking at the Bitcoin Vegas conference to go in the coming weeks. And I actually I put out a poll. I wanted to hear what people thought about this, like just basically around the content that I'm creating. Gosh, hold on, let me find this. Okay, Bitcoin's a high contender. Yeah, if I could share my screen really quick.
Yeah, 1 second. Go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, I just ran a poll asking like what kind of content people want to see more of. Bitcoin did rank really high. I was surprised too. I thought people might want to see more AI content. That ranked relatively low. But yeah, I'm seeing more Bitcoin focused content, RWA, DPIN. So, Rodney, I'm thinking I want to start doing more Bitcoin content. I feel like there's such a strong community and a respectable community. Like, I feel like I don't know, like I want to go to the Bitcoin conference because I feel like there's more entrepreneurial minded individuals, right? Like,
for sure, it's different.
I feel like people that show up like seriously in our space. You know what I mean?
For sure. I think that obviously I'm a big part of the meme coin space, and I think that meme coins are important to the crypto space. And some people are really holier than thou in other communities. Like the XRP and the Bitcoin community, they fucking hate each other. But I think that you should study Bitcoin. If you haven't listened to The Internet of Money, it's an audiobook. It's actual book by, was it Anthony Yiannopoulos?
I'm not sure.
Some guy, but it's a very good. It's on YouTube for free. That's where I listen to it. But it shows you kind of the power of Bitcoin. And there was a big piece of FUD going on. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt with the whole quantum computing thing, because that was supposed to be a thing where computers are going to get so powerful that they can just crack people's codes.
Oh yeah, I actually heard a piece of news earlier today that they're calling some big like mandatory meetings for banks. Gosh, I gotta find this. Like, there's actually like. I'm sorry. There's too much gloom and doom news out there, you guys. I'm so sorry. But yeah, there's basically something with the AI is advancing, and now there's some security concerns with banks. So anyway, I'll try to find that piece of news I heard earlier.
No, it's called.
You know about this?
Yeah, it's called Mythos. That's the name of the actual. I forgot who made it, but it's Mythos. It's like some new AI that can it's so good that they're probably hyping it up, but it's
Mythos.
So good.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, I see. Let me pull this up really quick.
It's like finding exploits on websites and computers that nothing has ever found. Give me 1 second, which I thought was interesting. There it is. Yeah. Anthropic's Mythos. Yeah.
Anthropic's Mythos, AI cyber threat with major U.S. banks. So yeah, you guys, I don't know. I feel like all around geopolitical AI.
We're all fucked.
Yeah, we're and I'm a very optimistic person. I try my best to stay positive, but man, there's so much being thrown at us in our industry right now. It's like, I don't know. You know what I think will be a safe haven, actually? Here's my my theory. DPIN, RWAs, some more tangible projects. By the way, I think they're like OG memes. I think there's always going to be a place where people just want fun for fun's sake, right? Fuck around. But I do feel like more and more people are leaning into the RWAs, the DPINs, the things that have tangible infrastructure and utility. I do feel like people are going to kind of look at that as a safe haven. And, I started working with a new client as well with World Mobile, and, the tidal wave of support from their community, people are really locked in, getting these nodes, the cellular, decentralized cellular. It wasn't even something I thought I'd get into, but it's pretty fucking cool. So anyway, yeah, I think that people are looking for tangible, concrete things with utility. But man, I feel like there's always going to be a big place for memes in my heart, especially like Doge, some of the OG ones. So yeah.
Well, when it comes to mass adoption, it's going to be something like that, like something that actually is useful for the regular world to get crypto on the big stage. Because the truth is, the ordinary person doesn't think of crypto. First of all, they associate it with right-wing politics. That's what people immediately assume, which is crazy because Bitcoin's kind of like a libertarian thing. But it's going to be something that actually goes into the mainstream world, like the internet does. Everybody likes to compare crypto to the internet, mass adoption and stuff. It needs to be something like that. It has to be useful for everyone, or just because right now, Bitcoin's mostly seen as the digital gold and a store of value. That's what it's seen as. You know what I mean? That's really it. Everything else, like XRP community thinks it's going to be replacing this, Swiss banking system, like all this crazy shit. Like we're just not there yet. But
I think that the you were mentioning like how the association with right-wing politics, I feel like that has also been an after effect, right, of the current administration and everything that's been going on. Like I've even heard from the Democratic side, people calling it supporting Trump's corruption flywheel, like talking about crypto, which I think it's not good for our industry. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's something that it's a financial tool and technology for everyone, for people. You know what I mean?
No, for sure. But the thing is, like, people in power are going to make, I think it's because the crypto community was so tired of getting shit on for like ever, because ever since the beginning of its existence, I mean, really what Bitcoin was known for back in the day was being used on the Silk Road and people pretty much being able to do like shady shit online without being, involved with the government, like that kind of thing. And so in the media for years, and there's this cool website called the Bitcoin Obituary. I mean, they've just been hating on crypto. So it was like such a breath of fresh air for a presidential candidate to support crypto. And it turns out he's being a real asshole right now. So it's not good for us,
Yeah, I mean, I was optimistic. I was like, wow, there's actually an administration, because I was a part of Stand With Crypto when the Democrats were still in office, and it felt like it was just like a battle, like we were just constantly like having to fight. And then this administration came in and it's like, okay, wow, we finally have people who are on our side. So it was a breath of fresh air. But now with all of the conflict and things that we're getting dragged into as a country, I just think, it's been really unfortunate, man.
Yeah, absolutely. It does suck. This is the website I was talking about. It's called the Bitcoin is Dead. So this is pretty much, red dots all time on how many major news outlets pretty much reported on Bitcoin dying. So you have different, like this is the Underground Economist, why Bitcoin can't be a currency. This is 2010. Another one, the rise and fall of Bitcoin, 2011. Like there's
I should have been buying Bitcoin, man.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Because of the negative publicity it got with people, first of all, banks don't like Bitcoin, or the government doesn't like Bitcoin because there's no intermediary, and it's hard to tell what's going on. Like the dream of like a crypto Bitcoin person is we get to a spot where there's no Coinbase off ramp, where there's nothing. It's just I pay you for a service. Like maybe you're my landlord. I want to pay you rent. You take it in Bitcoin, but you can't do that now. I have to send it to an exchange, cash it out, and those sorts of things.
Right.
But obviously, Bitcoin's too volatile. Can you imagine paying in crypto for anything except a stable coin?
Yeah. I mean, that'll be awesome. You know what's crazy? Like, I was, getting a new lease, and the development I live in, and they were like, "Wow, we haven't really dealt with this, like somebody that earns in crypto." But they looked at it and they were like, we want to start like just being more educated on this, and like, hopefully, like more and more people that ask for it, right? If you raise your hand and say, "Hey, I want this to be accepted," like that would be so cool to pay your rent in crypto.
Oh, for sure. That was an issue for me getting it's always, well, some places don't really care.
You're like, wait, why? What do you do? Like,
yeah. But I had to like do some extra verification on some things because you don't have a typical W-2. But yeah, that's like the goal. But actually paying things in like Bitcoin, it's so volatile. You know what I mean? Like
True.
You could be at a line for Starbucks, and by the time you get to the front,
it's like, can't get the matcha latte anymore.
Exactly. Yeah. I do want to talk about you, because you talked about, branching to the real world with DPIN and stuff like that. What are some projects you're looking at? What are you getting into? Because I see you on these live spaces with Empress, and I'm kind of out of the loop.
Yeah. I'll show you. Like, I'll just talk about two that I've been getting more involved with. Obviously, World Mobile. I mean, I freaking have my PFP now with the yellow background, and have been doing a lot more with them. And yeah, if you guys check out our World Stream Mobile live stream, we went through like all about World Mobile. And you know what? Let me just show my highlights here. So we had some people on. These are people that I'm really vibing with, projects that I'm really vibing with. So World Mobile, they're decentralized cellular mobile carrier. So yeah, and there's like, I actually just got on one of their plans, and you're actually able to earn back and stake your World Mobile token through your phone plan. I think it's pretty cool. And a lot of the big cellular companies actually sell your data. They do not prioritize user privacy. And these guys don't do all that. So it's like creating a new paradigm shift. And there wasn't really any other options for people. It's like you had to go to the big carriers. Then Mint Mobile came about. They were very inspired by Mint Mobile. So anyway, I've been getting deeper into the lore of World Mobile, getting in their community. And man, it's been because we're in a bear market. I was not expecting people to be so lit in the chats, like just excited, locked in. Yeah, Diamond was there. So you guys were there for this. It was like a 2.5-hour live stream we did. So we had Mickey, Mr. Telecoms from World Mobile, Clover Nodes, World Mobile Alliance, and these are people who around the world they own and operate nodes that help the service reach more areas. And there's these things. Gosh, I'm gonna get deep in the weeds here because I'm very excited about it. But basically, it's like prioritizing like a decentralized network and ways for people to earn. So people are very excited about that because I feel like in the bear market, people are looking for ways to earn, and they have 3.5 million daily active users. So they've grown.
Really?
It's I'll show you the website. Sorry, I get very excited with my World Bowl stuff. But,
and a few other projects too. I want to like how they branch into the real world. Yeah.
All right, so just going through the list here because these are some recent folks I've been collabing with. You know Scott Fu with Orbital Beam as well. Orbital Beam. Okay, well, you would love Scott, by the way. So he runs Orbital Beam, and he has something called the Orbital Beam Consortium, and it's a group of different leaders and different projects in our industry. And Scott actually comes from music and entertainment, and actually started an RWA company, so Orbital Beam. And he's also, he's helped with getting, multiple projects like Pudgy Penguins. You can see here, he brought them into Wall Street, has just been doing a lot of stuff with institutional partners like MasterCard, but also, in the crypto meme and AI space. He's kind of hard to explain, but he does a lot of cool things. Orbital Beam is a really awesome project that we actually partnered with. Just learning more about RWAs and even AI actually through just collaborating with Scott more.
I'm envious of the people that are going to get into like the first big crypto product that breaks out into the mainstream because it's going to be super insane. Yeah, that's what everybody hopes for.
Yeah, and I do think I changed my PFP and started getting into this community, and I feel like they've already accomplished hurdles or overcome hurdles that a lot of crypto companies struggle with, which is mass adoption. And I can even show the metrics. Like go on the website; it's been crazy. And also Hydrex, I don't know if you know, I feel like DeFi projects are like slowly but surely having a comeback after the October 10th event last year. Hydrex has been doing really great things on Base. There's several projects. So I would say the projects that give people a pathway to earn and actually earn something during this market are attracting people. Also, had Layer Drone on the stream. They're doing more like drones and like geospatial mapping stuff. Honestly, that's above my pay grade. I don't. They were talking about some things. I was like,
we know all about drones.
About drones. Yeah,
it's so crazy. Like warfare too. Like I love like warfare, and so many people are. This is a hard pivot here, but a lot of people are using drones to kill each other. But what I will say. What's interesting to me in this climate, because there's all this seriousness going on, obviously, in the crypto space. First of all, I do want to say that, right now during the bear market, you kind of figure out who like the real ones are, because there's so many people that'll just go away when there's no money in crypto. Yeah. But there's a lot of people that are on X every single day, replying to comments, supporting us and stuff like that. So we appreciate you guys for that, because you're a real one. But I will say,
and there's opportunities in a bear market, you guys. Like there's less noise, and I actually saw certain projects like at different industry events like lean into that. Right? Oh, there's going to be less side events. There's going to be less things. I can really take front and center with my project and cut through the noise more easily in a bear market. So. Yeah. Anyway, these are some of the projects and things I've had my eye. We had Toshi on. This is my first live stream with I'm sure you followed Toshi on Base for a long time.
Yeah, of course.
Wise. So anyway, I'm looking a lot at the RWA, the real world assets, things that actually have like a tangible pathway to like solving real world problems and making people earn. Like I feel like that's going to be a safe haven for people in this market.
Absolutely. I do want to get your take on the gambling economy, because let me tell you something. I can't watch anything on TV, especially sports, without some sort of
Poly market
or stake or something like that. It got so insane.
Kalshi
or whatever. Like you can bet on the time that the president's going to take a shit. Like there's a market for that, which I think is absolutely hilarious. And I thought I bookmarked it, but Trump did release his picture with Dana White. Yeah, here it is right here from the UFC. And pretty much because there's going to be a UFC. I'm a huge UFC fan. There's a UFC White House event.
What? When is this?
I think it's in June, but there's a steak logo. It's like,
oh my God.
Oh, Mr. President. You know what I mean?
We are in the age of capitalism maxing.
For sure. And look, I love some of these things you can bet on. Will Trump praise Allah again by April 15th?
Oh my God.
That's fucking crazy. Will the United States send warships through the Strait of Hormuz by April 3rd? That's a big one. Will Russia enter it's silly. It's like a movie, like a weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's wild. Yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts on all of it?
I think it's I think it's kind of crazy because I have a lot of friends who gamble. But I think that's really the reason why we love meme coins. It's because it's like gambling. I mean, crypto in general.
Another thing, I feel like this is something like I feel like subconsciously we all know this and think about it, but it also is a vehicle towards potentially creating generational wealth, right? Because like all you need is one to pop off and do well.
Sure.
You could be in the years, you can get your ass kicked for years. All you need is one success. So I feel like it's very rare to find that like out in the world, like that level of like economic opportunity. It's risky, absolutely, but all you need is one thing to be successful. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And you're retiring your bloodline.
I've seen so many people like with different meme coin stories. I mean, people in my community have made a ton of money. I know.
Thank you, Jay.
Yeah, there's been a ton of people. I know it's an odd time. We're doing it Saturday, but yeah, that's what people love, especially meme coins. I felt too when like this administration was going so hard on crypto, and especially with all the celebrity tokens, it kind of felt like, especially with Pump Fund, it felt like not our space anymore.
Oh my God, that felt like like we were kind of going into brain rot territory there. Like the dumbest things would pop up. But it was I can't lie, it was definitely entertaining. It was definitely funny. Like I saw somebody you remember the day of Hawk Tua, there was a straight to a jail. And like I don't know, you throw a couple $100s in and then you turn around and it's like you could really earn a lot. You just had to know when to pull out of it,
The Pump Fund streams were my favorite when they
were hilarious.
Dude, there's people do some wild. There's some guy eating shit, I think.
Wait, hold on. We got a legend out there, Preston. Shout out to Preston in the audience.
What up, Preston? Who's Preston?
Oh, so Preston's one of our homies in the on-chain media community. He's been part of our creator program. He's helped us with our first creator campaign. Shows up for literally everything we do, every event. Absolute legend. That's what he drives a Cybertruck around Southern California, buying Chipotle, wearing a cowboy hat. He's a character, man. He's a vibe.
Prezi, what's up, man? I'm gonna give you a follow. Oh, you fucking Nick. I love this guy, right? I choose Rich. He's so funny, dude. He made it very funny about the video about Trump and World Liberty Finance. But Cybertrucks are fucking. I have a Cybertruck.
Yeah,
I love it.
Oh my God, I want to drive one day. I have a Tesla, but I do see them around, and I'm like, damn, I really do want to drive one day. Preston, how'd I do with the summary of you? You drive a Cybertruck, go to crypto events, wearing a cowboy hat, eating Chipotle. That's like. And he supports others. He always supports on-chain media.
I love that. People just grinding. That reminds me of the good old meme coin days. Did you have some fucking legit legends in the space? Yeah. People without people with an actual PFP. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He says he's a degenerate who trades.
You're in the right place, brother. You're in the right place.
You've arrived.
Welcome.
We're discussing the current crypto landscape, geopolitical stuff, memes, all the things. Also, Rodney, when we get to the end of the stream here, I do have something I have not shared yet publicly that I'd like to share. No, just new. It's just a fun update. I'll share it right now since we're on the topic.
Why not? Fuck it.
Here we go. You guys got a shipment in yesterday. I've been waiting for this for a while, but I want to show you guys. So last year I got invited. This PR agency brought me out for this event in LA. Mm-hmm. And I was featured in this magazine, Deluxe Version magazine. So they did an article on me in here. They featured me with freaking Tony Robbins in this magazine.
Look at that. That guy fucks. You ever see a guy he fucks?
He's now like a billionaire too. But yeah. Anyway, shout out to the editor. I got to shout out the editor here, Danny Reeves. What a legend. Here we go. So she actually, I went out to Vegas. So the editor of this magazine, shout out to Danny Reeves from Deluxe Version magazine, actually interviewed me. So if you go on Instagram, you can see it. But yeah, they did a feature on me, and I just got these in yesterday, so I haven't shared this yet, you guys. But yeah, here it is.
There it is, baby.
There it is. So this is a pretty cool thing I worked on last year.
Stop bending it.
Huh?
Stop bending it. You got to keep it.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll keep it.
Mint.
Right, there we go.
There it is. No, but I'm saying like, for like to save it, you want to keep it in mint condition.
Oh yeah, I got a box of these though, so I'm giving them to family and friends, and yeah, just really grateful to the team, to Deluxe Version Magazine. They actually brought me out. Went out to Vegas and did an interview with them, and they brought me out. They had like this red carpet event where they honored a bunch of us with like awards. There was an award ceremony. They brought out that guy that sung for Avicii, like "Wake Me Up When."
Oh, did they? Yeah,
he was out there singing. We had Tony Robbins there. Like it was crazy. It was like
spreading positivity.
No, it really was. They were raising money to rebuild from the LA wildfires, and then randomly Tony's on stage. And he's like, all right, I'm giving $4 million. He just like randomly like pledged $4 million to help like homeless in LA. And he was like, I don't want a dime of this going to the government. This is going straight to the people. No middleman. We're not doing it. So anyway, this was a really great experience. I'm going to scroll back to try to find this.
You got a big Tony Robbins vibe. You know what I mean? Like you're just positive. We love that whole.
If you can show my, I'm sharing my screen here. If you want to show this, this was from the event here. And yeah, I do feel like he's really inspired me in a lot of ways. A lot of my philosophies and ideals. I am a very positive person. I listen to his audiobooks. I've been, as long as I can remember in my life, as long as I've known of him, he's really inspired me. So getting to meet him, I talked to him about crypto, talked to him about on-chain media, like, and he lit up, you guys. Like he was really excited.
Look at that smile.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucks. Anyways, so I do want to say before we're going to be doing our giveaway here in about 4 minutes.
Woo,
I went ahead and put it in the comment section, guys. Really easy to do. All you got to do is.
Oh wait, Preston said, "Do I have a background in singing?" That was good. The Avicii. Wake me up when it's all over.
Oh yeah. Don't get us doing some duets now.
No.
Don't.
2 ADHD people singing on a stream. I mean, I don't know. That sounds like entertainment.
That sounds fantastic. I got my medicine today.
Cheaper than therapy.
So the rules are simple. Follow me, follow Rachel, repost. I meant to tag 2 friends. Repost plus repost is post. Am I fucking retarded? How come you didn't tell me this was fucked up before I sent it out? Anyway.
No, it looks, Rodney, it looks good. Listen, we're going to be doing this every week, so we got more opportunities. But if you do tag 2 friends, get extra bonus points here, you guys. So
yeah, I'm gonna throw this in the Twitter picker, and I'm gonna be checking in the background here to make sure everything's done. Maybe I'll just announce it off stream. I think that'll probably be better.
Let's do that. Yeah, let's take a chance. Let's go through. Let's see who's engaging too.
Yeah. So leave a comment if you guys are in the giveaway. But yeah. So when it comes to you're not really big into like geopolitics, are you?
Yeah, you know what, Rodney? This is like the most I've like really discussed politics on the internet. Like, yeah, I know. So listen, maybe I'm having my arc here, you guys, my Bitcoin and geopolitical commentary arc. I don't know, but it's something I felt like. Here's my philosophy on it, you guys. Like I said on the last stream, I think always prioritize your mental health. Make sure you're good, because I've seen some people get really sucked into it, and be informed without having it deteriorate your mental health. That's always my philosophy. But yeah, I'm open to like having more discussions around it if that's more things people want to see. But something I realized too is that it can be very
everywhere.
Yeah, something that I realized too is it could be a bit polarizing. Exactly.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know it's one of those things where people just get at each other's throats over it. And I don't know. I try to with my content and how I move. I want to bring people together. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know if that makes any sense. And
no,
maybe it's a little kumbaya, but
no. Well, I think it's important. I think it's important because there's plenty of my subscribers, especially me and Glenn, that don't agree eye to eye politically in a lot of things. But it's not. We don't let it get to. Because people are crazy. But I wouldn't let it get it to a point where I don't talk to a family member. Where I don't talk to a friend.
That stuff looks like sad to me.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you know what they say, don't talk about religion and politics, right? It's like one of those things that just people have differing opinions, and it can get very what's the word? Just polarizing. It can get spicy. You know what I mean?
I made this post, obviously for a little bit of engagement, but I talked about how I made a bunch of pro-Trump content with the hat on, look like a straight asshole. Look at that tan, by the way. But if I go to like most likes, people are just brutal.
Yeah.
Let me see. Where's some of this?
Man, people on the internet can be when you're behind a screen,
people are like, you
and
fucking
get a keyboard,
retard, you know what I mean? All this, but some people are actually pretty nice. But some of the top comments on this were people just like just talking shit. I'm like, God, Jesus, because when you have someone who obviously like a lot of people that supported our current administration, or especially mainstream media. What's up, Dana? Thank you so much for reposting the stream. Are turning on them like you're allowed to change your opinion based on new evidence about anything in life. About anything. Your significant other, your whatever, based on new evidence, because kind of updates everything.
So you feel like that's happened to you? I mean, clearly, like you had posts back in the day where you were super excited. What's your sentiment now?
Well, the Epstein files was a big deal.
Yeah, that was bad. That was very bad.
Well, it's like we know a lot of the elite and powerful get away with a lot of things, but I think
the pedophilic corporate elite, yes.
As a society, we drew the line up. If you go to jail for raping a kid, like you're scum. You're scum in jail.
Yeah.
As a society, I thought that's where we drew the line, but I guess not. If you're rich, another war, and of course, in my opinion, kind of exploiting the crypto space and the pay for play with CZ and his Pardon and stuff like that. So it's shady.
It's definitely been, very, very different for our industry. I actually was I was talking to AI earlier about the approval ratings for Donald Trump. Now, let me look this up. It's definitely changed tremendously.
Yeah, some of these polls, but some of the major influencers. What I will say about this, guys, it's never blue versus red. It's the peasants versus the elites. It's always been that way.
Yeah, I think that let's see, man, I'm forgetting the percentage that I heard earlier. I think more than half now are at like a disapproval, like or not happy, soured with the sentiment.
It's bad. Yeah.
Inflation. Inflation's really jobs in the economy, healthcare,
gas.
Yeah, climate stuff. There's a lot of things that I think have just soured people.
Yeah, I mean, we were promised a better economy, credit debt's pretty bad, right? Like there's just a lot of things that, it's because
AI is removing jobs like crazy. And that's only going to like continue and accelerate. By the way, another thing I want to ask people who are watching, like, do you guys want to see more content around AI? I really thought on that poll, there'd be more people that want to see AI content.
Just throw it in.
I'm going to throw it in. I'm going to sprinkle it in, you guys. We're going to sprinkle in some AI content. What? Hold on, wait. Someone said, "What the fuck?" What's that fuck?
When that fuck crypto sentiment is around, I'm buying. What he means is when the rest of the world is shitting on crypto, it's not there just yet. When we see a major collapse, that's when you
bottoms in. Yeah,
that's when you go in. Because what we've learned is that we're still probably in the 4-year cycle.
Yeah,
probably.
I have heard people say like this is different. It's different this time. A lot of people are going into AI. It's kind of like transitioning out of crypto. What do you think about that? You think we're in the 4-year cycle?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at, obviously it's a little different every 4 years, but I'm looking at the all-time high chart. It's like we literally topped 4 years apart. I think it was separated by a month, and our bottom right now, at least right now, was our all-time high in 2021. So it seems that we are part of it. No matter, I think a lot of people thought that Trump was going to get into office, and then this is the golden age for America, and obviously it would push the crypto market up. But it seems that we're kind of due for like some sort of recession anyways, because every 6 years we have some
housing
sort of
market event. It's all like
well, every 6 years it's like a thing going on. Like every 6 years we have some sort of major, not catastrophe, but recession. And 2020 obviously COVID, and 2026 could be like
and the tariffs, man. It's just there's been too many things stacked against us, it feels like.
I mean, if you're just a regular person, man, just try to do the best you can. The truth is, though, it's getting hard. You look at wages and how much it costs to buy a house. It's hard.
Buy the American dream, I remember them. That was one of their talking points during the campaign. We want to make it so people can accomplish, the American dream, buy a house. Listen, I live in California, you guys. That is very good luck.
You get a trash can and a high five for $1 million.
You get a little glorified shack apartment.
The truth is, Trump's net worth has gone up $3 billion since he's been in office. That's crazy.
And also, I've heard people like some of my friends and people I know that are like history buffs. History doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes. You can look at when the gap between the lower class and upper elites widens, right? The middle class starts to go away. You're on the path towards economic. I'm not an economist or anything, but you're on track to an economic crisis. No,
that's 1,000% true. When the middle class evaporates, you have really poor people and really rich people, and just keep in mind that there's way more really poor people than rich people. But that obviously that's like a Mexico or like any other third world country. It's either you're super rich or like super poor.
Trump's, I see Rudy Moon commenting, Trump's net worth went from 1.4 billion in 2025 to 6.5 billion as of March. Dang.
That's not what I read. I read it went from like 3.5 to 6.5, but who knows? I mean, the thing, Rudy, what really like shocked me first was the meme coins, but the second thing was Trump pardoning CZ from Binance, even though we thought he was kind of persecuted. pardoning him, all while there were some weird backdoor deals going on for Liberty Finance and Binance for like $2 billion, like some crazy shit. So like kind of like a pay for play situation.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
She said that's per Forbes.
Okay. I looked on. I used AI. So
someone said, so when insider trading cases, I mean, dude, we saw the Epstein files come somewhat into the public, and it doesn't seem like there's been a whole lot of accountability on very serious.
Hell no, they're friends.
Like,
hell no,
they're all shaking hands. They're all laughing to the bank, or
they're not gonna arrest their friends. Come on, you know, only us peasants have to follow the rules. But what I will say is that so many people were talking shit about Nancy Pelosi during the last, me too, a lot, last administration, because I wouldn't say it's obvious that she was insider trading, but it was pretty obvious.
Yeah.
But these Trump numbers make her look like a rookie. You know?
Yeah.
But that is the end of the show, Rachel. So
wow, wait, we went through an hour already. Wow.
Yeah, just yapping.
What do you guys think? What do you want to see more of on these shows? What are we vibing with? News, memes, AI, all the things.
Yeah, I think just what we did, just a little bit of everything. You know, current events, some Tony Robbins positive stuff, some sunning your balls.
I'll sprinkle in the positivity too and optimism, because yeah, I feel like that's very important. You know, I feel like when the world is in chaos and shambles, like, just make sure you got your house in order. You know what I mean? Hydrate, you guys. Drink. I promise you, drinking a shit ton of water will only make you feel better. You'll make better decisions. You'll feel better. You'll feel less inflammation. Drink some water, you guys. Stay healthy. Take care of yourselves out there. There's a lot happening in the world, but whatever you can do, you know, spending time with your family, your loved ones, I don't know. That's my philosophy, man.
Yeah, appreciate you guys hanging out with us today. Hey, go out, touch some grass. The space is crazy. Get off X or touch some ass, whatever you're into. Rachel, it's been a pleasure.
Wait, what was it? Touch some grass or touch some ass?
Yeah, whatever you're into, you know. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with us today. Yeah, we'll see you next week, same time.
Yeah, next Saturday, you guys. And we're going to be doing another giveaway. We're going to do giveaways every week. So keep showing up, you guys. Thank you, Rudy Moon. Thank you.
Lock in, guys.
Enjoy the weekend, everybody.
All right, peace.